Hi everybody, my name is Iceface. Today I'm running some emerging conduits. And emerging conduits are something actually I've been starting to get into recently. The reason is because L formations are nice and all, but I feel like they can sometimes also get boring when you do too much of them. Because the thing is, in L formations, they're all the same. So they can get extremely repetitive. So instead, for doing a kind of more relaxing activity, I've gone to the Triglavian invasion, and that might seem strange because I lost in the Rattlesnake actually to Triglavian invasions, but that's because I made a big mistake of going into a minor victory system. Minor victory systems are and when I say minor victory, I mean Triglavian minor victory. I'm fighting for Edencom, so I have no problems in this Edencom minor victory. But the thing is, in a Triglavian minor victory system, and if you are enemy to the Triglavians, they often are gate camping. And this caused me to die once. So I've been running these emerging conduits, and emerging conduits are actually pretty decent ISK. Because I've been running them for now 45 minutes now. And we can see here, if we highlight everything I've got, it's 48 minutes. So decent ISK right here. I would say actually this is maybe even better than L4 missions. And the thing I find fun, even though I said that, it may seem a bit weird that, that I'm saying, oh, L4 missions are repetitive. Why are you then doing emerging conduits that are just like one site and over again? The thing I like about emerging conduits is that the Triglavians here are a lot more difficult. So I'm having to use a really tanked ship here. And the interesting thing is also that there's a lot more interaction with other players. We've got this Dominic's over here, Vasilev's, and he is, running the site as well. And we're kind of competing to get the drop, so there's a bit of element of competition there as well as potential people stealing salvage. I could go in and steal, and in fact he's not even salvaging his loot. I'm going to steal it because I was actually just waiting here because and not salvaging because I don't like the stealing. I don't want to steal his stuff when he's been working to get this salvage over here, but he doesn't even seem to be salvaging it, so I'm just going to salvage it. This is good. You don't want to get stuff to waste, right? He's just got his berserkers out there. You get really good loot from the salvages as well. You can see here these 0-point field manipulators. Look, 17 mil from these. It's really decent loot. Almost more than Triglavian survey data. The Triglavian survey data is also a big chunk of your ISK you can get from these emerging conduits, because emerging conduits, the enemy ships, so the Triglavians, they can occasionally have drops in their inventories, and they could have the Triglavian survey data, and that's nice because this is also, when running abyss sites, a big chunk of your ISK also comes from the Triglavian survey data, and the same thing comes from here. But the important thing is also to make sure you salvage as well, which this guy obviously does not know about, because salvaging is just so nice, especially now because the old emerging conduits have gone. So this is my theory, is that because the old emerging conduits are gone, the salvage is obviously less people are salvaging Triglavian stuff, because a lot of people were salvaging Triglavian stuff from the old emerging conduits. So now it seems like salvage has gone up in price again, which I think is nice, because in the old emerging conduits, salvage seemed to be hardly worth anything, and now it feels actually worthwhile. Oh, some 0-point field manipulators. That was really nice, because these 0-point field manipulators are needed in the very much needed in the Tech 2 Triglavian ships. A lot of them, there's like the big bottleneck for the Triglavian ships, for the Tech 2 Triglavian ships like the Ikitosa, Nurgle, Drago. So the emerging conduits are a bit different nowadays compared to how they used to be. They used to be spawning in all the time. Then emerging conduits got nerfed so that they were spawning in every 10 minutes. And the same thing is with these emerging conduits, that they spawn again, but it takes about 10 minutes between the spawn. And I can understand they don't want people to over farm the stuff, and also it's good because then the value of the stuff goes up. So there's an more element of competition because the stakes are higher, but then you also are competing for higher stakes as well. So it makes it, I guess, a bit more interesting. And also the good thing is that you have a bit of time to salvage as well, because before the old emerging conduits, the salvaging took so long that or at least with these basic salvage drones, if you have a dedicated salvage ship, that's a different thing. But the old emerging conduits had it so that they respawn so quickly, maybe a minute, that you often wouldn't even have had enough time to do all the salvaging before the next one spawns, so you may as well just go through the next one. The interesting thing also is that when you finish this, the emerging conduits is that you get a little payout over here. See here, 4.5 mil. It is nice, you get a little bit of ISK, raw ISK. Then on top of that, you also get some loyalty points. You can see here, I'm getting loyalty points. And D&D loyalty points are good because they can be used to get valuable skins and also some implants, I believe. I think it's the mimesis that were called. Mimesis? See now, yeah. These are... Yep, these are the D&D ones. So they... Entropic disintegrators. So they make so that they spool up to a higher damage, but it takes a longer time for them to spool up. So this guy seems like he's recalling his drones. I don't know what he's doing. But there's a lot of, like, the interesting thing with the emerging conduits is that you get your ISK from so many different ways. You get first your raw ISK, then you get the loyalty points which you can trade in, then you get the loot from the ships, then you can get the salvage from the ships, which is really nice. And salvage seems to be worth quite a lot actually. Here's a wreck of some kid I wrecked earlier. He tried to steal salvage and then he went suspect for some reason. I think he was a new player because he didn't seem to be fully aware. Then I just shot him with my drones and my missiles. He died really quickly. So I marked his wreck here. But actually we do not need to have this wreck anymore because his wreck got pulled in by this guy actually. This Vasilev's guy. He had a mobile tractor unit. So he took unfortunately all the stuff from his wreck, but I mean it doesn't really matter. I'm taking his salvage for him, so it seems to be going, you know, both ways. So it seems like the emerging conduits, they tend to spawn in every 10 or so minutes. So it's not like, obviously it's not like the old ones where they spawn in so quickly. You can see here these Triglavian data cores actually. These are items that drop from Triglavians, and they used to be worth quite a lot actually. They used to be worth really, like, one of these I would think was like 10 mil. Now they go for so little, only 62k, like almost worthless now. So the Dominic seems like he's going away. But the data cores, they were really nice when they were worth a lot. We can even go here in the market details to see what they were worth previously. Because it was like, when you got these, you're like, what? There's so much. Look, you see here many millions a year ago. So it probably was even more if you go further down. Now it's just not worthless. I think you need them for Tech 2 production as well. A lot of the Tech 2 production comes from these invasion contacts actually. Unfortunately you can't oh, new emerging conduit. Unfortunately you can't salvage or loot anything from ships in the Abyss, and I can understand why. I'll make them too OP, you know. No wrecks drop in the Abyss. I think it's a bit strange. I would have expected wrecks to drop, but for some reason wrecks don't exist. And my theory for that is actually abyssal dead space is so unstable so that, like, wrecks can't survive. They just get disintegrated straight away or something like that. I think that's my theory. Maybe there is some official law out there, but none that I'm aware of at least. An incoming conduit from abyssal dead space has been detected. Analysis of Triglavian vessels indicate that Rasnaborg variants are present. The Rasnaborgs, hate those guys. Kill my miners all the time. Kill my mining drones. These are less threatening than miner conduits observed in invasion systems. Okay. So what you want to do is, you go in here, if you want to run this fast or you don't want to snipe, like me, who wants to be up and close, you warp into 150 kilometer asteroid that's about straight from this, like, you see that they're going to spawn from here, you got like a, almost, like, okay, there could be obviously be better ones, maybe this one here, but then it's not 150 kilometers away, because you need to be like 150 kilometers away or something to warp. So we're warping, and then going here. Look, now we're gonna go very close to these Triglavian scrub lords. Use control space to hold still. Deploy MTU because we want to pull in the dank loot. Mark this so that we don't forget it. It's always important because it's happened so many times. So many times to count previously before I started getting the habit of marking my MTUs that my MTUs are forgotten. They're forgotten, and I have to use combat probes to scan them up. And it would even take so long sometimes that I wouldn't even be worth my time to go and fit combat probes. So I may as well just go back to GT and buy a new MTU. But since I started getting into the habit of marking my MTU, it's never happened. So this is always something I'd recommend, guys. Always mark your MTUs. Always mark your MTUs. This is a really good habit because ever since then, I've never lost an MTU by forgetting it somewhere in dead space. Unfortunately, if you've done like an emerging conduit and then you've killed everything, the site will despawn, so you can't directly warp to it. So the only way you can actually get back to it is if you scan down the MTU with combat probes. So these Vedmax seem to be doing a decent amount of damage. I mean, 200, but they're getting killed so quickly that they don't. They're not able to spool up a significant amount, and absolutely do not do anything to my shields. My shields are pretty decent, actually. You know, see here, tank 760 HP per second, and in Piffer, you go and look in the EHP per second, it's over 2k, 2.5k or something like that. I've got the high grade crystal implants, so we've got this nice shield boosting. Always like shield boosting because I can carry this high grade crystal implants that I used to use for T5s, which I unfortunately do not do anymore. I missed the 250 millisecond now, but right now my abyssal location has been compromised, so I have to stick to other risk making activities. And you know, I could always find a new place. Wormhole's actually a potentially good place as well, because you know, unlikely that someone's just gonna scan your wormhole down and find your abyssal trace. But I mean, right now I want to just do more relaxing stuff, and I like this content more than Abyssals in some way, in that it's a lot more relaxing, because the same with L formations, I can just warp off whenever I feel like it, and it's like very pause friendly, and often that does happen. I have a big family, often things pop up, you know, now and then, so you know, you can't always just dedicate 15 or 20 minutes to just EVE Online without any interruptions. It's not the most difficult thing, and that can be a difficult thing when you're trying to record some commentary as well. But that is why you have to plan your life a bit. So that battlecruiser went down really quickly. I really think that they've nerfed the new emerging conduits HP of these guys, because they seem to go down really quickly. I recall the old Drikavax and Redivas, Vedmax taking so much time to kill, so much time, but these guys go down really quickly. It feels like normal rats now, or normal like pirate ships, you know, NPC pirates like Serpentis, Choristas, those guys. They feel like they're as strong as those people now, and I like that, because it was so annoying having to go through Triglavians being so brick tanky, taking forever to kill. I wonder if we're gonna get some cheeky, sneaky salvagers who are gonna come and try to steal my salvage. It's really annoying when that happens. You can see here, I wrecked this kid over here from my drone. Killed him so hard. He was trying to steal my stuff, and this ship was actually worth quite a bit because he had some expensive salvage rigs. So Vasilev seems to be here again. I think he's got blasters or some kind of short range weapon. I'm not sure what weapon that is actually. But he seemed to be... No, he's quite far away, yeah. No, he's not going to have short-range stuff. Actually, no, I think he has got short-range stuff and is coming close. Always go for the battleship first, because I noticed that at a certain point, when you've destroyed enough Triglavians... I don't know if there's triggers or not, but... I feel like it could be either triggers or just when you've killed enough of the last wave of Triglavians, or a certain wave of Triglavians, they will warp off. So this could... I don't know if this is the last wave. Oh, we've got a lot of Leshaks on grid actually. Let's take out these Leshaks, because they could be, you know, a little bit threatening. I still don't have any doubts that we'll be able to tank these guys like a boss, but I want to kill the Leshaks first, because I think that they have the best loot, and they have the best loot, you know. Then we're obviously going to want to kill them first. If everyone else is going to warp off, may as well kill them first, so that all the smaller ships with less loot warp off. Let's see now. Kill the Rattlesnake. Look, we're tanking so well, no problems whatsoever. Alright, let's see now. You can see we go down and then bloop, straight up again. So easy. You can go for the battlecruisers next. Just take out the bigger stuff. I always take out the bigger stuff first and then the smaller stuff later, because first of all, that's where the high DPS is coming from. Second of all, that's also where you could potentially get better loot, and then also they could warp off at any moment. So I want to just get all the loot, the good loot first. You know. Let's see now. I wonder if they're going to Vasilevs actually. Let's see. They seem to be spreading out a bit, but they're all aggroed on me, and I really don't get like how the aggro works. It seems like some kind of like if you have E-War or something, it makes your aggro is prioritized high. Apparently, I heard some guy in the invasions channel I'm in. He was saying something how if you have like remote armor repairs or something, and then you have a lot of E-War. So E-War could be like a web of fire. It could be a weapon disruptor. At least that's what I think he was meaning when he said E-War. So they're prioritized high, and we've not got any remote armor repairs, and we've not got any E1 on our ship, so I think that's why we tend to not be prioritized. Because before I was actually running where there were these 3 guys, and they were in praxis, and I think they could be bots maybe. And the thing is, they were these guys. They weren't. They didn't seem to be. They didn't seem to be having any particular E-War, or they could have had E-War, but they were always being prioritized for some reason over me, and I didn't understand why, because I was always warping in at 0 like I'm doing now. You can see I'm warping in directly to spawns, aggressing them straight away off the bat, while these practices weren't taking a while because they had heavy drones, so it took for them a while to come and attack them. But for some reason, the Triglavians always went for them and never for me, so I think that's a bit strange. Let's see if we got any. Have we got any loot in here? Imagine if we got nothing in here. Oof, that would be disappointing. Okay, we got something, not so much though. Hope there's good stuff in this leisure. Oh, hospitals, yeah. You always want to go for hospitals because they could have good loot in them. Okay, this guy is soon dead. So, we want to go for this guy. Berserkers. Berserkers are a lot faster than ogres, so they could be a good alternative to ogres if you want to get your drones around quickly. And also the Triglavians have a bigger explosive hull, but only minorly bigger than the thermal. It's really tiny difference, like just a few percentage points bigger. A bigger explosive hull, and ogres also do more damage. So if you want more DPS, use ogres. But I think you'll save time with the berserkers because they'll be faster and also have better tracking than normal ogres. There's a lot of ships here that have killed, so I get some decent salvage, I think. Let's see now. I wonder if this hospital is going to drop anything. Yeah, it did drop something. Okay, hope it's something good. Go for this Redeemer here. Try to steal this Redeemer from the Dominics. See, and then we can go for the bigger stuff over here. Got this here. Drekavac. It seems like actually. Let's see now. Okay, I would have expected the Drekavac to actually do a lot more damage than the Vedmak. It seems like let's see now in the numbers. It seems like the Drekavac's only doing a tiny bit more damage than the Vedmak. Not really that particularly more. But I think it could be because they've also got like missiles. They've got these missiles called Mayurama missiles or something. It's strange because in the Abyss the Triglavians don't have missiles. Only in the invasion systems they have actually missiles. We're getting all types of damage. You see this? EM, explosive, thermal, kinetic. Yeah, there we go. Sight done. I don't really know what determines when the sight is done. If you guys do know, please let me know in the comment section because I'd really like to know that. But there we go. Sight done. We got a nice little payout. We also got some DD loyalty points. Did it say something about DD there? Okay. Ooh, we got some more. Actually, no, this is the same stuff we had before. So let's see if we get anything decent from the salvaging here, because we could maybe get some good salvage stuff. You know, you get a lot of loot from the salvaging, and as I said in my previous, in a different video, I've said this at least, that it's good to, if you want to salvage stuff quickly with salvage drones, split them up because it seems to go a lot quicker that way. You see this here? Got them all split now. This, and then it's gonna go quite quickly. We're using lots of flux coils here. This is how we get so tanky, because we just got crazy amounts of capacitor. You see, we salvage these guys so quickly. Salvage, and I prefer this a lot more than extenders tank because of the sheer amount of EHP we get, and also a bit better capacitor resistance as well. Yeah, you can see these here. If we are to turn this off, you see this 157 gigajoules per second, really nice. You see, we go very quick, we chew very quickly through these here. And it's nice. This is so relaxing. This is a really like relaxing activity I just found out recently. It's really nice, and I think I'll be doing more of this. And it also seems to be paying decently with the salvage and all. A good alternative for L4 missions, at least I would definitely say that. In fact, many L4 mission ships could be just altered a little bit, because I used to use this Rattlesnake for or similar fit Rattlesnake. It was not exactly the same fit, but I used a similar fit Rattlesnake. I replaced the capacitor control circuits with large core defense solidifiers to get extra shield boosting. But I converted basically my my L4 mission Rattlesnake to an invasion Rattlesnake, just to have more tank, and in general just to be able to, you know, be a more all-round ship, so it can take the large amount of DPS that there are in invasions, which is quite important because, you know, there is a crazy amount of DPS, especially when the Triglavians spool up. You know, there's no joke with the Triglavians. Okay, you do not joke around with them. So we seem to have got a decent amount actually from the oh, salvage, man, that's so much. Look, 70 mil we got now. We had like 40 something when you started, didn't we? That's like 20 mil from one side. So it seems to be a lot better than the previous. Remember the previous emerging conduits? You would hardly get anything from those. Like the thing is, so many people ran them and they were so easy, and the only ships that spawn are really small ones, so the salvage is not great. The amount of loot that they dropped also was nerfed to the ground, so they were really bad. So these ones seem to be a lot better and be a good alternative, actually, these L4 missions. And another reason why I really like these emerging conduits is because I get to kill Triglavians. I hate Triglavians. They really annoy me. They really annoy me how they are such douches who've been always killing my ships all the time in the abyss, and also, in fact, my Rattlesnakes. Oh, we don't have enough space, actually. Oh. Is there anything we can drop, maybe? Let's drop this mobile depot, maybe. We can pick up our, you know, mobile tracks, you know. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That's the new emerging conduits in EU Online. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.